Imagine if I told you that most men today are quietly failing not from a lack of ability, but from a deficit of mental fortitude. We scroll endlessly, compare ourselves to others, and breed envy. Then we wonder why we feel stuck, weak, or directionless. We chase comfort, yet end up exhausted. We dodge pain but suffer daily in silence. The hard truth is that comfort is slowly eroding our strength. Difficulty, though harsh, holds the seeds of true resilience. The Stoics, ancient philosophers, grasped this long before smartphones, social media, or self-help books. Marcus Aurelius, Roman emperor and Stoic thinker, said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Grasp this, and you'll unlock real strength. It's not just a phrase, it's a weapon, a mindset to stand firm amid chaos. Stoicism doesn't make life easier, it makes you unstoppable. In this video, we'll dive into 8 raw Stoic principles to elevate your mental, emotional, and spiritual game. No empty inspiration here. This is about real change. No sugarcoating. Each principle is drawn from the unfiltered truths of Stoicism, tested in the fires of ancient Rome and still potent today. Before we start, I ask one thing: if you're serious about growth, don't treat this like another motivational clip. This isn't background noise. It's a wake-up call. Hit the like button now to commit to this journey. Comment when a truth hits home. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. Most importantly, don't skip a single part. Missing one principle could cost you clarity or courage when it matters most. Let's get to it. First, embrace discomfort like an old friend. We're taught to flee from pain, but the Stoics taught us to face it head-on, eyes wide open. Reflect on your greatest growth moments. Did they come from ease and comfort? Or when life hit you hard and you had to decide stand tall or crumble? Marcus Aurelius faced wars, betrayal, and illness, yet stayed composed. He didn't shy away from discomfort. He welcomed it as a forge for his character. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Marcus Aurelius. This isn't poetry. It's a rule. Every obstacle sharpens your will. Every delay tests your patience. Every rejection teaches resilience. Modern life whispers, avoid pine. Stoicism counters, train to face it. The cold shower, the tough conversation, the gym session when you're drained. These build your character. The Stoics believed choosing controlled discomfort prepares you for life's chaos. When the storm hits, you're ready. Seneca, another Stoic, slept on the floor, ate simple food, wore rough clothes, not to punish himself, but to strengthen his will. Why? So when life strips away comfort, you're unshaken. You're prepared. The truth is, discomfort isn't your enemy. It's a mirror showing who you are and, more importantly, who you're becoming. We dodge small pains today, only to face greater ones tomorrow. But when you confront pain and walk through it with awareness, something powerful happens. You stop fearing it. That's the dawn of freedom. From today, see discomfort as your sparring partner. It may bruise you, but it's building you. Pick one small discomfort today: cold shower, hard talk, or sitting with boredom, and do it. No excuses, just act. That cold shower, that raw conversation, or sitting still in boredom shapes you. Remind yourself, this is how warriors are forged. The only path to invincibility is to stop fleeing discomfort. In the comments, write this: discomfort is my training ground. Next, don't let emotions rule you. How often do your feelings hijack your day? Someone's rude, and anger takes over. Plans shift, and your mood crashes. You feel lazy, skip the gym, neglect work, abandon discipline. It's not just you, we all face this. But here's the brutal truth: if emotions control you, you're their slave. The Stoics believed being enslaved to feelings is worse than physical chains. Epictetus, once a slave turned Stoic teacher, said, "Anyone who can make you angry owns you. They only succeed if you let yourself be disturbed." Think about it. That driver cutting you off, you gave them your peace. That breakup, you handed it your identity. That harsh comment online, you surrendered your joy. Stoicism doesn't ask you to ignore emotions. It teaches you to observe them, understand them, and respond, not react. A child throws a tantrum. A Stoic sits calmly in the storm and reflects. Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful man of his time, wrote in his private journal, later called Meditations, "If something external pains you, the hurt comes from your judgment of it. You can change that judgment any time." That's a rare power, to remain unmoved by things that don't deserve your energy. It's tough because you can't blame others anymore. You can't say, "He made me mad," or "She ruined my day." It's all on you. Your reaction is your choice. But here's what makes you strong. You can choose differently. You're not a slave to emotions. Feel anger, but don't act on it. Feel fear, but move forward. Feel sadness, but don't drown in it. That's emotional strength. That's Stoic freedom. Next time you're triggered, pause. Don't act yet. Breathe. Ask, is this feeling useful right now? Respond with purpose. This isn't cold detachment. It's self-mastery. When you stop letting emotions steer you, you gain clarity, calm, and power. You stand firm, and others notice. You're no longer swayed by trivial things. You're grounded. In today's chaos of emotions, that stability is rare. It draws respect and makes you unstoppable. True maturity begins when you stop being a puppet and become the one pulling the strings. Third, don't expect fairness. Life owes you nothing. The fastest way to suffer is expecting fairness. Notice this: you work hard, but a slacker gets promoted. You love deeply, yet they leave. You do right, but still get punished. Angeresis. It's not fair. But here's the warrior's truth. Fairness is a myth we invent, not a universal law. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You can commit injustice by doing nothing." Evenhe, a Roman emperor, saw unfairness daily. Instead of complaining, blaming, or despairing, he held fast to one unshakable truth. Life isn't about fairness, it's about strength. A Stoic doesn't expect life to treat him kindly. He steels himself for pain, loss, betrayal, and change, because he's prepared. He's never caught off guard. Be honest, fairness is a comforting idea, but clinging to it weakens you. When you say, "This isn't fair," you're really saying, "I don't want to face this reality." Here's the rule: you don't grow by expecting justice. You grow by confronting reality and moving forward anyway. Look around. Good people face bad outcomes. Villains sometimes win. Effort isn't always rewarded. This isn't pessimism, it's reality. And it's what separates the ordinary from the resilient. The average man waits for fairness. The Stoic builds inner strength, so nothing external can break him. This doesn't mean you become cold or detached. It means you stop waiting for the world to treat you well and start treating yourself with strength. No matter what the world does, Seneca said, sometimes just to live is an act of courage, especially when life feels unjust. Instead of complaining, turn pain into fuel. Build skills so undeniable no one can ignore them. Love deeply without expecting reciprocation. Face betrayal and walk away with dignity. The Stoic approach is radical responsibility, not because every fault is yours, but because your response always is your response. That calm, warrior-like resolve makes you unstoppable. Fairness may not come, but freedom is yours to claim through every empowered choice. Fourth, focus only on what you control. Let the rest go. The Stoics believed true power lies in the narrow space of what you can influence. Everything else, release it. Epictetus put it plainly, make the best use of what's in your power and take the rest as it comes. Most men fall into a trap, trying to control others, predict the future, obsess over outcomes. Then they wonder why they're anxious, helpless, or angry. Let's break it down. What's truly in your control? Your thoughts, choices, actions, reactions. The rest, others' opinions, opportunities. Uncertainties are beyond you. You can't control the weather, but you can dress for it. You can't make everyone like you, but you can treat them with respect. You can't control the economy, but you can control your learning, spending, and preparation. This shift is a game changer. It hands power back to you instead of letting 1,000 uncontrollable things drag you down. You stand firm, focused on your own actions. Picture yourself in a storm at sea. A Stoic doesn't curse the wind, he grips the helm and steers. That's what keeps you calm while others panic. You stay focused while others complain. Steady while others veer off course. It's not about pretending the outside world doesn't matter. It's about choosing what deserves your attention. 90% of what people worry about lies beyond their control. Try this when stress hits. Ask, is this in my power? If yes, act. If no, let it go. Simple, easy, not kite. Powerful, absolutely. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you control your mind, not external events. Realize this, and you find strength. Live this way, and others notice. You become unshakable, not because you control everything, but because you master yourself, no matter the circumstance. In a world addicted to ease, discipline is a rare power. The Stoic doesn't wait for life to test him, he tests himself first. Not to suffer, but to grow stronger, not to punish, but to prepare. Seneca wrote, set aside days to live with the bare minimum. Wear rough clothes, and ask, is this what I feared? This is deliberate endurance, a choice to forge a mind that doesn't crack under pressure. Consider this. Most men today avoid discomfort at all costs. They never skip a meal, sit in silence, or endure inconvenience. But when life gets tough, they collapse. They panic. They blame. The Stoic is ready for those hard days because he's trained for them. He's practiced hunger, fatigue, rejection, boredom, and hardship. This doesn't make him invincible, it makes him adaptable. Willpower isn't built by watching motivational videos, but by doing what you dread. Voluntary hardship looks like this: fast for 24 hours to master your cravings. Take a cold shower when your mind resists. Skip a luxury you can afford to hone self-control. Wake early to train when your body begs to sleep. These small choices compound, making you formidable not because you're cruel to yourself, but because you see the truth. Comfort doesn't strengthen you, challenges do. When hardship comes, as it always will, you don't flee. You smile because you've walked through fire by choice. Marcus Aurelius ruled during plagues, wars, and betrayal, yet wrote with clarity and calm. Why? He was ready for adversity. Instead of asking, "How can life be easier?" ask, "How can I be tougher?" Practice hunger, solitude, cold, exhaustion, rejection, boredom, and stay focused through it all. One day, life will throw more at you than you expect. When it does, you'll rise. Sixth, value the process over the outcome. We're taught to fixate on results: landing the job, winning the deal, hitting goals, earning money, gaining admiration. But Stoicism flips this. Let go of outcomes and master your process. Results are uncertain, but effort is always in your hands. Epictetus said, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It's achieved by disregarding what's beyond your control. Clinging to outcomes sets you up for pain. Train for a week without abs. You quit. Launch a project that fails. You feel worthless. Love someone. They leave. You break. But if you cherish the work itself, showing up daily, writing, building, learning, striving, you're always winning, even if results fall short." The paradox: when you let go of needing outcomes, you often succeed more because pressure no longer cripples you. You're not swayed by emotions or applause, you stand firm in your actions. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Don't let the future trouble you. You'll meet it, if you must, with the same reason you wield today. Don't obsess over what might be. Master your process now with courage. If you're a writer, write to sharpen your mind, not for fame. If you're an athlete, train to master your body, not just to win. If you're building something, do it for the pride of effort, not for applause. When you tie your worth to outcomes, you're fragile. When you root your value in discipline, intent, and focus, you become unbreakable. This is the Stoic shift. Show up as if the outcome is already won, and savor the process. Win or lose. Here's the truth: you've already triumphed by doing the work. Seventh, embrace mortality, to live with urgency and purpose. Most men act like they'll live forever, wasting time, delaying dreams, trapped in bad habits or toxic relationships. But Stoics reflect on death not to despair, but to awaken. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that guide what you do, say, and think." This isn't fear, it's freedom. It's knowing life is short, and you can't choose when it ends. Every wasted minute is gone forever. The Stoics practiced memento mori, remember you will die, not to darken your mood, but to sharpen your focus, presence, and intent. When you truly grasp time's limits, you stop wasting it. No more endless scrolling, petty arguments, or settling for mediocrity. You create, love, and act. Right now, not later. Seneca said, "It's not that we have too little time to live, but that we waste too much of it." You may not control how long you live, but you control how deeply you live. The lie is thinking there's plenty of time. There isn't. That risk you avoid, the work you delay, the person you haven't forgiven, the change you'll make next year. This is your moment. This is your time. A Stoic doesn't flinch from death. He stares it down and says, "You won't catch me sleepwalking through my life." This awareness doesn't breed anxiety, it fuels a full life. Those who remember death speak truth. Love fiercely. Work with urgency. Let go of ego. And fear no failure. For the greatest failure is a life wasted. Live as if time is borrowed, because it is. Eighth, be a warrior for virtue, not validation. Most men chase likes, praise, attention, applause. But a Stoic acts for virtue, not the crowd. Marcus Aurelius said, "Do what's right, and the rest doesn't matter." Live with integrity, even unseen. Speak truth, even without cheers. Keep promises, even at a cost. Train hard, even unwatched. That's virtue. It forges an unbending soul. It's not perfection. But unwavering principle. The hardest part, doing right, is tougher than doing what's easy. Lying is easier than honesty. Seeking approval is simpler than standing firm. But each time you choose what's right over what's easy, you sharpen your core. You become the man your future self will respect. You build an identity no one can steal. Seneca said, "Live as if the world sees your actions and reads your thoughts." That's power. That's a life unswayed by pressure, rooted in integrity. In a world of facades, the Stoic is authentic. In a noisy world, the Stoic is silent strength. In a world of performance, the Stoic is real. Want to be unstoppable? Live for your values, not praise. Stand tall, even if you lose status, wealth, or followers. When you don't need the crowd, you become the one they follow. Be a warrior for what's right, not what's popular. Walk your path, even alone, as if it's the only one that matters. If you've made it this far, something in you is ready to shed distractions, weakness, and emotional chaos for something greater. Not perfection, but strength. Not dominating others, but mastering yourself. That's the Stoic way. This path doesn't offer comfort, it delivers clarity. It gives direction. It brings a life of meaning, even when the world crumbles around you. Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus didn't write for an easy world. They wrote to endure storms, wars, betrayal, and death with dignity. They taught us strength isn't in muscles or money, but in the man who keeps his word, the man who faces fear without flinching, the soul who does right when it's hardest. You don't need motivation or the perfect moment. Start now. Train your mind. Prepare for hardship. Let go of outcomes. Hold fast to principles. Live like your time is running out, because it is. The beauty is, you don't need applause or approval. You don't need to be understood. Walk the Stoic path, and you become strong from within. That strength is rare. It's real. It's yours. In the comments, write this: I grow stronger every day. If this message stirs you, if it sparks truth within, don't keep it to yourself. Like the video. Comment your favorite principle. Share it with someone on their own journey. And subscribe. We're building a community of thinkers, warriors, and men who want more than noise, a life of purpose. Don't skip any part of your own life. Every moment is training. Every challenge is transformation. Keep showing up. Keep choosing strength. And don't stop until you're unstoppable.